Om. Namo Namaha. Now we have discussed the first system, the Balhana Vyavastha, in the first chapter, in the previous video. Now the second Vyavastha, the second type of arrangement. Now there is not only one way of arranging it, which we are familiar with, although now it need not be arranged only in this category, in this way. Although that is useful and how that is how we are familiar with, it is what we're familiar with, but there's another way of arranging them, and that is here, the Vyavastha 2, which is dependent on the Utpatti Sthana. Now the previous system, if you can remember, was based on whether it was a Swara or a Vyanjana or a Ayogavaha, and depending on that we had made 3 separate tables. But here there is only one table, but there are many rows to it. It depends on the Utpatti Sthana, the place of origin, where they come from, to which village they belong. Now these students who have sat in the classroom, they are being asked by the teacher, what is your genealogy? Where have you come from? What was your native? When did you last visit your native? And to such questions, the students align themselves in a particular format, with a similar origin in one row. So now there is a good way of classifying these 60 odd swara, 60 odd varna into this table alone. And this table, in fact, is very, very scientific and useful in both semantics as well as in tatsama tadbhava. That is how one language modifies into another and how they are derived from each other, or what was the mother language, what was their derivation. That's because the nature of this chart itself is genealogy. It is the place of their birth, the family background. So now every row here is said to be savarna. Savarnyam asti. There is a similarity in each of those rows between the letters in each row. For example, a, ku, ha, aha. All of these are said to be savarnya. They have a savarnya. They have a similarity in pronunciation because they originate in the kantha, the throat. What is ku? If you remember from the previous video, ku means the first row. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, without the a again. K, kh, g, gh, ng. All these form ku, represented by the row heading ku. Actually here also is another acronym. It's a small way of saying all the variations of which we saw last time, which was and a. All these three come under a. That is what this is a short way of writing them. Now all k, kh, g, gh, ng, h, visarga. All of these originate in the kantha, and this is actually testable. You can, it's a very simple experiment. You can try it out for yourself. One is the positive way of doing it. Just pronounce k, kh, g, gh, ng, h. All of them seem to be coming from the root of the throat. That is why it is called the kantha. Kantha meaning throat. And this is a challenge that people pose as a comic challenge, saying they would change their name if a, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, ha, and aha can be pronounced with the lips or any of the other organs which is present other than the kantha, which means all of these are specifically born in the kantha. Try saying ka using the lips without giving any pressure in the throat. Try saying that. Pause the video here and try it for yourself. All of these. It is not possible. Did you try it? Yes. So a, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. All of them are similar. They are cousins. And so they have a similarity. They have the same genes, which is the kantha genes. Similarly, with the second line is talu. Talu meaning the upper palate. The soft palate here is the talu. This is the kantha, the vocal folds, and here the kantha. And then this is the soft palate. Right? This I, cha cha ja jhanya, ya, sha, all of them originate in the talu. This is called the talu region. Your tongue will fold backwards, which will touch the soft palate as well as the back when you're pronouncing this. See, just imagine how carefully the rishis would have observed it when they made this arrangement. Cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. If you're very conscious of where the tongue is touching, you would feel that. You would feel how it presses against your soft palate and the back. Cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. And this origin gives us a hint as to where the sha should be pronounced. And you could also notice as a simultaneous effect that your lips would go backwards. That is, you would get a bright smile when you forcefully pronounce cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. That's why they use the word cheese, because when you say chi, cha and e, you are elongating your lips and it automatically brings a smile. Cheese would be even a better word to say in front of the camera, because all of them will make the lips elongate and rip apart. Chi, e, she, ya, ya, ya. It is not I, it is ya, ya, and sha. Now, that's why this is also called as the Talavya Shakaraha. Talavya meaning which is born in the sha. It belongs to the Sharma's family. शर्मा जी का बेटा. शा, शा. ई, cha, cha, ja, ja, nya, nya. See this, it's not nya, it is not na and ya and a. It is nya without the na, without putting your tongue into the near the teeth. You have to say nya, nya. Fold your tongue backwards and say nya, nya. This is nga, nga. This is the kanthya. Now they are actually, people say they are similar in sounds, but that's not true. Nga originates in the kantha. Because nga and nya are very rarely used in literature, they are not familiar with it, that's it. So this is the black sheep. The black nga, nga. In Ganga, Shankha, nga. This is nya, nya, nya. Right. That's a lot of exercise to the tongue. In fact, doing pranayama has many benefits which are similar to pronouncing Samskrita, is what one research has produced results of. Sha, because we have Mahaprana, when you do just as you do Kapalabhati, when you forcefully expirate, you're putting air out. And similarly, when you're pronouncing Kha, Cha, Jha, you're putting out air and you are contracting your diaphragm a lot. So that is very similar in its function. Now that's a digression there. Murdha, murdha meaning the upper hard palate. Murdha meaning up. Murdha means the head. The head of the cavity is what? Is the hard palate, which is up. Now that place is the native of Ra. R. Then da tha da dha na. R. R. Da tha da dha na. R. 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 How do you say pitr? R. Pitr. Like a motorcycle. R. 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 And then R. Arka, rka, r, sha, sha, sha. That is the visual one. Hence it is called the Murdhanya, which is born in the hard palate. Murdhanya Shakara. ये तो शर्मा जी का बेटा है, ये तो षाट्गुण्य का बेटा. षाट्गुण्य, षाट्गुण्य, षाट्गुण्य. It is not shat, no. It is shad, Shanmukha, sha, shat, shat, right? Then tongue twisting is here. Danta, danta meaning the teeth. This is l, it's not lr. If you say lr, then you would be using the r of here, of the murdha, as well as a danta. Hence it would not be a swara because it is not independent. You are using two swaras simultaneously. It won't be independent. That's why this is l. It is not r. It is l. It is born in the teeth. In the teeth, these white canines. You see wonderful canines of this lady who has put some lipstick here. So these canines, these teeth, they produce when the tongue touches the teeth, it produces ta, tha, da, dha, na. You see the tongue is sandwiched between the teeth when you say th, tha, da, dha, na, right? This is called the danta. See, this ra is the cousin to the vyanjana ar, and then to la, ra, r, la, right? You hear the similarity? Of course. Sa. Now this is the sa. This is not Sharmaje, it is not Shatgunya, it is Satkarma, Satkarma. It's not Shatkarma, it is Satkarma, Satkarma. Samichinam, Sami, it's not Shamichina, Samichina, Sa, Samichina, right? Then Oshtha. Now you see how we are traveling. We have started from the throat. We are a small robo here. We have visited the throat. We came to the soft palate, e, chi, chi, all of that. We smiled a lot. We went to the hard palate. We hit our head there, and then we came to the teeth. We got crushed between the teeth, and then we have landed near the lips. The lips is called the oshtha. Oshtha. Now how is that? Who come from there? Ooh, ooh, ooh. You use your lips. You make them into a pig's mouth, pig's lips. You say ooh, ooh, ooh. Then pa, pu meaning pa, pa, ba, pa, ma. Right? You close your lips to pronounce them. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. And then this is the upadhvaniya symbol, which if you can remember from the first vyavastha. See this upadhvaniya. Upadhvaniya is oh, I'm sorry, there's a typo here. It should have a right facing beak. Please excuse me for that. Now this is f, f. If you blow air from your lips, that is uff, uff. That is the upadhvaniya. Coming next is nga, nya, na, na, ma. Now we spoke that these are anunasika because they have a nasal sound along with the original sound. So that is called nasika. Cha, cha meaning with it, plus nasika along with the nasal sound. Nasika, nasal. Then nga, nya, na, na, ma. All of these are anunasikas. Then kantha talu. Now which originates in, now these are the special letters which originate in two or more places. Kantha talu meaning kantha the throat and the talu the soft palate. When you say ye, you are also putting a and putting e. A plus e makes a, right? That's a rudimentary knowledge of sandhi. A and e. So a is kantha, e is talu. It makes a, e, a. That is soft palate. And similarly, I also. Its sister. I. Then kantha oshtha. With the kantha, you are supplying energy from the kantha, but you are obstructing its flow in the lips. With the lips. So you are saying kantha and oshtha. So you say o. So you travel from the kantha till the end, lips. O, and ow. It's a longer path. Ow. And that's why we say om, because it covers all the letters which come along the journey. A, which is the first letter here, and ma is the last letter here. So you say a and ma are the first and the last letters, and every other letter originates in between these two positions. And is because it transforms, it modifies when you say O. You use your lips and the throat, but the sound becomes oo in between. So there's oo, and so ma becomes om. Also, it could mean O directly is from the kantha and the oshta. It's a shortcut from and oo. It becomes O. Kantha oshta. See, you start from kantha, you end at oshta. All these swaras and vyanjanas are covered there itself. Even the upadmaniya, the ayogavaha, visarga, etc. are covered there. Then danta oshta. Now this is a very special character. V is danta and oshta. You use your danta. You say v. You fold your lips inward. V, and then you say danta. You use your teeth to fold it in between. So you say v, right? You squish your lips then, as if it needed some punishment. Then jihva moolam. Now this is a jihva moolam. Again a typo, small typo here. Jihva moolam is at the end of the throat of the tongue. Jihva moolam, this part, the back part. You say ah. When you blow air into your throat and it touches here, but you stop it with your epiglottis. You say ah, as you cough. Why do you cough? Because some food or some water that you have consumed was trying to go into the lungs, in the vocal cords. So the epiglottis closes. So you create an you cough. That's the place where jihva moolam, the sound comes. Then finally the nasika. Nasika is which is similar to ma, but it can undergo some more transformations into the nga, nya, na, na, ma as well. So it's a close relative of nasika. So it is purely only nasika. Although ma should have been oshta, since it sometimes changes into any one of them and not specifically only ma, it is ordained to be the nasika, to be solely from the nose. Now here are some formulae to remember which place and who belongs to which village. Now this is a very good sutra table here you can memorize, which has been given from many scholars. Akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha, akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha, icho yashanam talo, icho yashanam talo, ruturashanam murdha, ruturashanam murdha, litulasanam dantaha, litulasanam dantaha, upupadhmaniyanam oshtho, upupadhmaniyanam oshtho, nyama nyamangananam, nyamangananam nasikacha, nyamangananam nasikacha, edaitoho kanthatalo, odautoho kanthostham, edaitoho kanthatalo, odautoho kanthostham, vakarasya dantostham, vakarasya dantostham, jihvamuliyasya jihvamulam, jihvamuliyasya jihvamulam, anuswarasya nasika, anuswarasya nasika. Now, before going on to the next video, it would be suggested that you by heart and remember and play around with your tongue pronouncing these. Next class we'll be discussing a few more Vishishta Varnaha, some special characters in Sanskritam. Dhanyavadaha.